Yep, at the beginning of the night, so I was still in a good mood.
Yeah, what was Chuck doing there at the Garden?
He's a big fan. He's a big hockey fan.
Oh, was that when he was like really starting to get into hockey and whatnot? There's Chuck. Look at him.
Yeah, that's us.
Oh my God.
There's Charles Barkley with the fan of someone who fired off a tweet with 250,000 likes.
That's me. That's right.
He said, let me tell you, Jake, you're gonna fire off this tweet about Cara Delvange one day.
You know what sucks though? I don't think there's a way around this. I don't know. Like, I'm certain some famous people have interacted with it, but I can't check because I muted it, so I can't look at my verified tab. So I'll just never know.
Well, then unmute it for
Wait,
a hot
what?
second. When the dust settles, unmute it.
But it doesn't
Oh, retroactively give you the notification.
Yeah.
So you don't really have an idea of like where it really began to take off.
No, I don't.
You'll just have to guess.
A guy with like 350,000 followers quote tweeted it. I know that. So
that would give you a big bump. That big of a bump? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still. I mean, just I'm looking at it. I'm on the page, and it's still streaming. The numbers ticking up.
That's crazy.
For those who haven't seen it, what is the tweet, Jake? I mean,
the tweet is an image of model and actress, and I don't know what else she does, but Cara Delevingne at the Super Bowl, and she's wearing a shirt that says in big like block text, it says Rihanna concert interrupted by a football game. Weird, but whatever. And it's a screenshot of that Instagram post, and then I just said, very fascinating the way this woman just never left 2013.
Which she hasn't.
No.
To be fair. To be completely fair to you. People are trying to dunk on you, being like, this is actually being sold online by Rihanna, as if that makes it any less cringe.
Still sucks.
Jake hates women. What was the one where it was like, any chance to take a shot at women?
Yeah, that's correct.
Notorious woman hater, Jake Wallinger.
I should make that my display name. Woman hater.
We had quite the night on Twitter. I mean, you got all that tweet. I got put into jail.
Right.
Liam, did you have anything notable happen to you?
No, I enjoyed the game with Jake and Sophie.
I enjoyed the game as well.
So we got football game enjoyer, notorious poster and woman hater, and Twitter clink experiencer.
Yeah, what was it like in there, Fitz?
You know, I learned a lot in the slammer. You have to learn to fend for yourself. You learn to make allies, and you learn to avoid some people like the plague. Pick your fights when you can. You know what they say, Liam? Though you only do 2 days in jail. You do your first day and your last day. And
I was just gonna say they say don't drop the soap. That's what they say.
Okay, all right, Jake. Jesus.
Fitz, you need to say what your tweet. What got you the sussy.
Oh, yeah. I will say, to be fair, pretty vulgar behavior on my behalf. Absolutely heinous stuff. I will admit that. Yeah. Elon Musk, say what you want about him, but he's a man of morals and a man who stands up for what's right, and he's always going to protect people. After the no hold situation that ended the Super Bowl, which I'm not going to, it's a baseball podcast, we're not going to get into that.
We all know what happened.
Yes, you saw it. I saw
watched.
It. Everybody knows it. Exactly. I tweeted, and I quote verbatim, at 10:12 p.m., I hope you stub your toe every single day for the rest of your collective lives at NFL officiating. First things first, I don't think I phrased that correctly. I think that's grammatically it's not perfect, but that's besides the point. Within a couple minutes, a notification popped up on my Twitter app. It said your account's being limited for 12 hours. You broke the rules with one of the tweets, and I was like, which one is it? It shows it was there. Violating our rules against promoting or encouraging suicide or self-harm. And it's like people aren't alone in their struggle. Which, first of all, like don't want to encourage suicide. Of course.
Well, that's not what you did, Fitz. You simply encouraged toe stubbing.
Clearly, yeah. I got to practice what I preach going forward. So.
Do you think whoever runs you tagged like the official
at NFL
account,
officiating?
Right?
Yes.
Do you think whoever runs that account like reported the tweet?
Which is funny because I can't imagine like that was the worst thing that they got. That would be funny if that's the one specific one that they.
I was gonna say maybe they just reported everything that mentioned them that night.
And mass watch there's like one person be like, I think it was a good call. Keep your chin up.
Liam, have you ever been suspended?
No, shockingly. I don't know.
Goody two shoes over here. Oh, I'm Liam. I follow the rules.
Yeah.
I have.
Oh, what got you in the
big shocker. Big shocker that I have.
Yeah, the guy tweeting out Hitler and Mussolini on Super Bowl
I
Sunday.
actually don't remember what the it was the night of the Emmys. Fitz, what does the email say? I'm searching my email to like find the.
Oh, I don't remember what the email says, but like it says something like your account has like temporarily been. It's like restricted. You can look. I saw everyone's tweets afterwards. I was able to tweet from the podcast account. That's how I was able to.
Yeah, well, it was
afterwards.
the night of the Emmys, the most recent Emmys, and I said Better Call Saul lost everything, and I tweeted like at Emmys, I don't know, kill yourself or something.
Okay, well that's like
that's not even a person though. It's not a it's a concept. It's an award show. And then actually, when I was younger in high school, I got suspended. Another 12-hour one. Those are those are fine. The little 12-hour sussies. That's okay.
A little timeout.
Yeah, we could all really use it. I changed my display name. I actually think they wrongly did it because I emailed them back and I was like, I don't know what I did wrong, and I only my time served was only like 4 hours. I changed my display name to John Jawn Benet Ramsey. I just thought it was funny. But they suspended me for that. But I think they missed. I don't think it was correct that they suspended me because they put me right back.
You entered a plea deal.
I did, yeah. Those were mine. I don't think I've ever. I think those were just those two. Yeah.
The worst thing that's ever happened to me on Twitter is getting blocked by Koji, but we've talked about that before.
Right. Yeah. Gina Carano blocked me. That's my big one.
Uniwatch got me.
Oh yeah. Oh right.
Oh, that guy sucks anyway.
Yeah. He's a fucking stick in the mud.
Strange account.
Yeah. This is that
and who's the other one? Like Super 70 Sports, who like doesn't actually tweet
that
shit
guy's like a
from
boomer.
the 70s.
That guy's a real. Yeah.
That guy stinks. Last person I'd want to be getting a drink after exiting.
He's getting a show. He got a development deal.
What?
With like Jimmy Kimmel or something.
Oh, gee. Well, that sounds about right.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, keep it. I think he tweeted out recently.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel to executive produce Vice TV series based on Super 70 Sports Twitter feed. What the fuck is the show even?
Show it's gonna be
just
like
him tweeting pictures of sports from the 70s and going, "This is pretty cool." That's
not even though.
It's pictures of fucking Steve Garvey at like the 1977 All-Star game, being like, "Oh man, remember when they used to play the All-Star game with hustle, not with these thugs nowadays?" Very thinly veiled.
He posted something recently where it was like, I don't follow him. It just showed up on the timeline. I have to put
these showboats nowadays.
Yeah, it was like. It was one of those where it's like, oh, I grew up like going outside and not on my cell phone. And it was like a picture of like two kids on a bike right next to like, I don't know, a kid buried in his iPad or whatever. But someone did the digging. And apparently it was just like a photo from like 2003 of kids on bikes.
The bikes?
Yeah. It was like they still do that.
Nice.
It's not like they.
Fitz, I meant to ask your opinion on this. Liam and I had this conversation. Where do you think the cutoff is for Gen Z? Because I have a concrete answer. Like, when are you Gen Z and when? I know neither of you are.
I think I'm kind of on. Like, I'm technically. I think I'm a late millennial. So I'm January '96 for reference.
So for me, I know that this isn't the scientific cutoff, but I think if you remember 9/11, you can't be Gen Z, and if you don't,
I barely I remember like 10 seconds of 9/11.
Then you're out.
I think
that's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Me, I don't remember. I don't remember a morsel. I don't remember nothing.
Not one. Well, you were like
I was 2.5.
2.5. Yeah. So I was what? I would have been 5. Yeah. 5 going on 6. So I remember like 10 seconds of it. I remember like a little bit, I think, of like my parents like probably crying a little bit, not understanding what was going on.
Oh, I just remember getting out of school early. That's pretty much all I have.
And you're like, hell yeah, this is great.
Yeah, like waiting for mom to come get me. It's like 9:30 in the morning. Like, what? I just got here.
I think it was my second day of kindergarten. Like just like basically second day of school. Preschool, that's Mickey Mouse school. No.
Do you guys have any connections to 9/11? Like
I can't say that I do.
Like somebody that missed
personally, no.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I was supposed to be on a flight that morning. No,
Were
kidding.
you actually though?
No.
You just said he was at school.
Why is that weird? That's not a that's my uncle actually. My uncle, my mother's sister's brother. I mean, my mother's sister's husband.
Twice removed.
Mother's sister's husband. He had an office in the North Tower, and he was on his way to work. Plane hit.
Oh wow.
Excuse me, South. Which one got hit first? North
Tower got hit first, right?
Okay, then he had an office in the South Tower. Excuse me.
The South Tower collapsed first.
Yeah. He was.
If memory serves.
His whole office made it out, like evacuated, so he, I guess, would have been fine. But he was stuck in traffic and never made it to work.
Wow. Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be on one of the planes.
He had a huge memorabilia collection that he lost.
Really?
It was like in the offices.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He said he had a massive hangover.
No,
that's why.
Liam, why would you know my? No, my uncle. My uncle.
Oh no, I thought we were. I thought.
No, sorry. Yeah, I remembered the. Yeah, no. I don't. Yeah,
we're jumping around.
I don't know if your uncle had a massive hangover. I know that Seth MacFarlane had a massive hangover, and he
Mark
was like,
Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg.
Memorabilia.
Was Mark Wahlberg supposed to be on the flight, or did he? Was that just hypothetical he presented?
He was just like, I will intervene.
I think it was completely silent in the room, and I think Mark Wahlberg just said it.
Oh, okay.
Would have gone down differently.
Wouldn't have gone down like that. Yeah. Oh wow, the Colts didn't hire Jeff Saturday.
No, that's not a surprise. Jeff Saturday stunk at his job.
I know, but I thought that was kind of like a done deal. I thought that was going to happen.
So yeah, this is Pod on Lansdowne. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Valentin, aka Fitz. I'm joined by Bobby V, aka Jake, and the Diet Coke enjoyer, aka Liam. I was saying off air, would have been funny if he popped open a Diet Ginger Ale instead of the Diet Coke. That would have been a funny little bit. Well, very quirky. Who says drinks can't be fun? Just like Brie Larson. Who says food can't be fun? 13 minutes in, I want to bring up this topic here, fellas. The Boston Red Sox baseball club. Have you heard of them?
Sure.
Next topic. New England Patriots. Have you ever? No. As we release this episode on Wednesday, February 15th. Today's Tuesday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to you and yours.
Yes, happy Valentine's. You know what? Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Love
we all need a little more love, don't we?
Yeah, that's what today's society needs.
Love. Today's episode is about love, I think. And 9/11.
Hi, Sophie.
The timing was perfect there.
Those will be our through lines today. Love and 9/11.
Love and 9/11. Yeah.
Yep.
And pitchers and catchers. I was just about to say that.
Right.
Wednesday, February 15th. Pitchers and catchers. Well, today, as you're listening to this, or maybe yesterday if you listened Thursday, maybe
2 days ago. If you listen Friday, you could even say that.
You could say a year ago. You could probably go back in time and just pull up this episode willy-nilly. You could be getting ready for Pitchers and Catchers 2024. We're talking about Pitchers and Catchers 2023. Positive development, though, in the calendar year as we get closer to opening day of 2023. Still not a ton of Red Sox news. We got a little something that I want to get into, but still not many huge developments for the Boston Red Sox baseball club. I do want to bring up. Oh yeah, there you go. Very talking through burps now. So that means, speaking of ages and whatnot, that means you're getting old. That's the old John
I am
Mulaney
getting old. I feel old. I carried a couch the other day and my lower back went.
Did you throw it out?
We sold it.
The back?
We sold the couch.
No, I'm saying.
My back.
Yes.
Who's
on first?
I don't think I literally threw it out, but I felt it kind of like tense, and it hurts to bend over now and stuff.
Yeah, you're basically 30, which means
hand up. 30. I don't know what throwing something out actually means or entails.
Oh yeah, I don't know what the actual ailment is, but
Well,
I know. It's
but
not
I don't
good.
even know. I don't know if I would know if I did do that.
I think you would know. I think it hurts pretty bad. I haven't thrown my back out, but
Liam, you ever throw anything out?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
So I've never broken a bone either.
Wow.
Fun fact. Yeah.
I've broken my phalanges, but
I'm pretty sure I broke a toe once. I never got it diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I broke a toe.
I mean, I broke probably 5 or 6 toes just from hockey, and then I think I've broken.
That shit hurts, man. Breaking a toe.
Yeah, and then I broke this finger in youth baseball.
That's his right pointer finger, folks.
Oh right, yeah. Good radio.
Great radio. Yeah.
Right pointer, and then I think and then my left pinky. I think those are, and then that's it though.
Missy Mopena has broken a lot of toes after playing hockey and figure skating for a couple of years in her youth.
She needs more calcium, you think?
No, it's not that, but it does look like her feet kind of look like they're throwing up the blood sign a little bit sometimes.
Oh no!
God.
Jesus.
It's not that aggressive.
All right, feet talk.
The talking toes on Valentine's.
I mean, we are the podcast for perverts. So.
That's right.
No perverts elected in New York City. Oh man. Kike Hernandez playing shortstop has gotten a lot of buzz over the last couple days. Kike Hernandez in general has.
I'll be frank. I don't get why people think it's a problem.
Well, let's just jump right into it. Neither do I.
Yeah,
I have no issues with
He's
it.
capable there. I don't get what the hubbub's about.
He doesn't have to be a Carlos Correa up the middle.
No. Is he going to win a Gold Glove? I don't think so. But it'll be fine.
Did you guys see when Heim was talking today? I don't know
what
who it was.
Dumbass, pardon my French. What dumbass was that? Do we know?
That I don't know, but they were like, does he have the resume to
No, he asked. He was like, "Has he been in enough All-Star games to start?"
That's what
Xander's only been in 2 All-Star games.
Yeah, so it's
it probably should be more for Xander, to be fair. But All-Star games are not the fucking testament of how capable you are as a shortstop. It is a hard, exactly right.
No, I mean to make an All-Star game. I don't really know if he should have been.
It's has had some good. I mean, Lindor was shortstop for years in Cleveland. You know what I mean? But that doesn't speak to the testament of Kike Hernandez's ability to fucking play shortstop, especially defensively. We know what he can do offensively. He's had his moments good and also some cold stretches at the plate. But at the end of the day, I think if he's healthy enough, Kike Hernandez is going to give you solid enough production offensively. I don't think that's going to be an issue. And then you look at his resume of playing up the middle defensively with LA. You play up the middle anywhere. Like, he's athletic enough to play center field. He's athletic enough to play second. He's not going to have an issue playing short. He's played some short in the past too, has he not?
A lot, actually.
Exactly. So I'm not worried at all. I understand it's different being a shortstop as opposed to an outfielder, but you still watch him as an outfielder. He still has a pretty good jump on the ball. It's not like he's slow. He has a good instincts out in the field. I'm not worried about him. Again, he doesn't have to go and be a Carlos Correa defensively. He doesn't have to be, this all-world defender. He just has to be, solid enough, serviceable enough at shortstop for the time being. I think he's going to be just fine. I don't get what the hubbub is, the worry is of Kike Hernandez being a shortstop. And it sounds like you guys agree.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be fine. I pulled up his games played by position. I would have thought shortstop. He had seen more shortstop. He's played 100 games there.
What about second
200, 258 at second.
Oh, all right. I mean,
either way, he's fine up the middle.
He has a strong arm. We've seen that out in center. It's not like he's going to be short arming throws to first. I think he's going to be fine. And again, offensively, he has his bad days, sure, but that's any sort of a streakier hitter. But he also has, a week-long stretch where his hair's on fire, and he's like one of the hottest hitters in the league. So again, I don't see what the concern is. Kike Hernandez is going to be more than fine up the middle, whether you play him at center this year or whether you stick him at short.
Yeah, I mean, and with the bat too, as long as he's healthy. Like last year, he got screwed.
Last year was sort of a lost season for Kike at the plate. As
long as he's fully healthy this year, I would expect to see something similar to what we saw in 21.
That'd be terrific.
That would be great.
And as it stands right now, Christian Arroyo is the second baseman. How do we feel about that?
Fine.
Again, fine. Another guy who
Yeah,
kind of on and off at the plate.
I'll need
Ball
to
hard.
check back with me May 1st, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
Well, May 1st has always been your first check-in time for the season.
for
basically.
me personally,
Yes.
yes, and then Memorial Day is when I decide if a team is cooked or not.
Do we
like a
do we
Memorial
think
Day
they
party.
add another middle infielder,
I don't personally.
Who would it be?
even with Elvis and Iglesias still out there?
Yeah, because it sounds like Story is progressing, kind of.
Everyone was sharing the photo from the Super Bowl party where he like didn't have a sling on his arm.
Brace. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if that's I don't know.
No, you're
I don't know
not.
if that's
You're-
actually I don't know if that's actually a good sign or not. But everyone was like, "Oh, great, he's going to be back in no time." Like, I have no idea. I'm not going to pretend to be like super optimistic all of a sudden. about
Watch, it's actually a
Story,
horrible
but-
sign. It's the
Yeah.
worst sign. Oh no, they're actually ready to amputate. They're
Yeah,
they're taking that arm out back
The
like
Alex
old Yeller.
Smith.
He's just getting one more night with it, like no sling, because it's just going to come off in the morning anyways.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, they got Mondesi. So, and then who? I mean, well, now that I'm saying it out loud, maybe they do need one more.
Well, Mondesi may not even be ready for the start of the season.
Who's on the bench? Who's our bench middle?
I mean, as of
infielder?
right now, it's Mondesi.
Well, what if he's not ready though? Do they just not have anyone?
I mean, Valdez maybe if he
yeah.
plays
Okay,
well
I
in spring
take it back.
training,
Maybe they
he
do.
breaks
You know,
camp.
maybe they do
Maybe need some
another
depth.
one. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm racking my brain.
Call up Fitzy, baby.
Well, he's
People
an
were saying
outfielder,
that
isn't he?
people. I was reading. Somebody wrote something today. I saw it. Apologies to whoever wrote that. I'm not giving you a shout out because I don't remember who it was, but they said Fitzy could make a push.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have gotten a chance last year, if we're being
well,
honest.
he wasn't vaccinated.
Is that really what it was?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
There you go,
Okay,
Fitz.
well,
'Cause,
Fitz, that one's on you then.
Yeah, I remember it was. It was like near a Toronto series or something, so they couldn't. They had to leave him down there.
Like
Oh,
for
the
the amount of
Toronto-
guys that were hurt last year, you would have thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Toronto
you would.
road trips really
You
were
would,
the
wouldn't you?
telltale signs, huh?
I know. I'm actually gonna kind of miss having that. It was
The
always
Tor-
fun.
the Toronto serum.
Yeah,
Like,
It was
who-
always
who
fun to
is and
learn,
who
like-
isn't going to be there.
yeah. Who's a big dumb stupid idiot? Just by your team going to play the Blue Jays on a Tuesday night, you go, oh, they're not there.
They'll do anything to help the team, though.
And of course,
Anything for their team.
Naturally.
Asterisk mark. Very small, fine print. I gotta say, for an offseason that had a good amount of its lows, I don't necessarily call this offseason a huge failure. I don't call it a huge success. I'd probably give it like a C+, but I will
it had
say
It had one low. To be completely fair.
it was the Mariana Trench. It was a pretty fucking big low.
No, I know. I'm
man.
saying it was a big low, but I think every other. I mean, who? Yeah, I was fine with everything else. I think.
Yeah, I mean, now that
Just
we're
about.
like actually
As we're getting closer, what I was
at
going to
4
say,
players and the team looks somewhat
I'm
complete.
getting really excited.
I
Am I back in?
I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, do not think this team will suck ass. I would really be really surprised if they like stunk. I'd also be really surprised if they were really good. I really think they're like an 80. Fuck. I mean, I could totally
As
see them
long-
going 8.
80
You know,
period.
82. They're gonna be over 500.
As
You
long
heard
as,
it here,
as long
folks.
as they're in the hunt for a wild card come September, like to me, that's a success based on how we've been talking all winter. About
I don't think
oh,
we're
it's
that much
mid-year.
worse than the other like meddling AL teams. I really don't.
I don't either. I mean, look, just the bullpen.
There's 3 wild card spots now. I mean, that's
What's a better team? What's a better team right now? Us or the Rangers?
us.
Think
Us.
so? Easily, I'd agree.
I think
I think
if
the
that
Rangers could sneaky be all right, but
I do.
Rangers
but
have
I
a
think,
higher
I think,
ceiling.
I think that
Yes.
how volatile that team is like.
They
I
could
mean,
lose
I can't
100
even-
games.
yes.
If things go sideways,
they could,
they're
out of nowhere, they could win something like 89 too, because that lineup has a huge. I mean, Simeon and Seager Another
Sure.
year settled into Texas, they could blow
And
up.
Adalis.
Seager, had a really good year, and Simeon had a slow start, but he finished well. If Josh Young pans out at third, that could be huge. If Nate Lowe takes another step forward, that could be huge. If Adolis Garcia doesn't fall off the face of the earth, that could be huge. And then the pitching staff could be extremely high or extremely low too, and that starts with DeGrom, of course, depending on how many innings you get out of him. So that's why I figured, I was like, that's kind of an
Fitz,
interesting.
can you
kind of
rattle
litmus
off their
test.
staff for me? Just
Well, I know obviously DeGrom. They have Evaldi now, John Gray. I'll look up the rest, but I know those three off the top of my head. Who else did they sign?
I'm pulling it up here for you, Jake. My internet wants to cooperate.
Kyle Gibson. No, Gibson signed with Baltimore, right? Yeah. Who else do they have? There's people. Okay. They're not going to have Jack. Leiter, right?
They added Nate. Did you mention them?
I did. I mentioned
him?
Nate. Yes,
he did.
Put your listening ears on. Who'd you say?
Sorry, you were cutting in and out. I think my internet was being a bitch. They have a bunch of guys who can start. Doesn't necessarily, but so do we.
All right, I'm looking at the AL right now. Ready? I'm going to rattle through everything, okay? Real quick. I'm going to do it super fast.
Just say yes or no.
Okay.
If we're better or not.
Okay, Yankees, no. Blue
Not
Jays,
better.
no.
No.
Rays, I think on our best day, maybe. Orioles, yes.
As it stands right now, not better than the Rays. I'd say we're better than the Orioles, yes.
Guardians, no. Twins, I'm going to say yes. Okay, but it's giving you pause at least, so we're there with that.
Yeah. I'm going to say...
White Sox, Tigers, Royals, yes.
I'm going to say we're better than the Twins right now.
Yeah.
Those teams suck. That division should fold. Astros, Mariners, no. Angels, I mean, that rotation, I don't really...
Zero faith.
They could still just be terrible.
Wait,
so
Liam doesn't like the Angels?
maybe Rangers. I do honestly think we're better, and A's. I think we're better.
We are.
So what did I? That's
Well, yeah,
the
the A's
three.
are.
That's the
Sounds
three
about
division winners.
Sounds about middle of the pack.
Yeah. So who's okay? So say we're higher on the Rangers than this is, because this is not high on them. So say the wild card contending teams will be Seattle, the Angels, the Rangers.
I don't even think the Angels are going to contend for the wild card.
Okay, and then there's like 7 teams for 3 spots, but
yeah, exactly.
But we're in there.
Right?
We're in
we're
the
in
mix.
there. That's maybe one of us.
You can't say we aren't. So to me,
every team is technically
success.
right now. To be fair,
Everybody's
but
0-0.
If this team can just be interesting, you feel like in what we are deeming a bridge year. We've said that multiple times, and we'll probably say it through at least the start of the season continuously. This feels like it's going to be a bridge year back to trying to get back into a real state of contention for a pennant, a championship, what have you. But if this is going to be a bridge year, at least just be interesting. Last year was not an interesting team. It just wasn't.
No.
The vibes were. It sounds like a cop-out thing to say, but the vibes were just kind of all fucked up this past season. If the team could just at least be fun enough and interesting enough, you feel like you would take that a bit. Obviously, you want them to win.
They said the other day.
Yeah, right.
About them just like he was like, "Oh, I think we kind of got comfortable being in last place." That's not great.
Going through the motions the last month or so.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, and other people are already saying it. It's giving 2013 vibes.
Oh God, Liam!
It's all about the clubhouse. It's all about the clubhouse this offseason. If the vibes were really that bad last year in the clubhouse,
they were. I could tell from here, they were bad.
It
was not the play, fellas. These are not the vibes. The vibes are fucked.
But I'm optimistic, and I don't understand why other people online aren't. Now that you've kind of see the full picture.
I think last year really scarred people.
Yeah,
I don't understand why though.
I don't necessarily blame people for being not being head over heels going into the season after what happened last year. I can understand that sentiment, and again, the Bogarts thing is leaving a sour taste in people's mouth, which again I understand. I'm a sucker. Meanwhile, I am under Stockholm syndrome. You see, like I'm just gonna dive in head first, no matter what. But in all seriousness, I guess we'll find out early enough if the vibes have been fixed a bit. find out, if guys like Kike or Devers can step up and be, that clubhouse presence that the team needs. But again, just at least just be fucking interesting this year, guys. At least, be fun, be enjoyable enough to watch.
A lot of turnover. I think to me, that's interesting. At least, at the very least,
that's gonna. Yeah, exactly.
I'm ecstatic about the turnover.
You get to meet a bunch of new guys.
Stale.
Love them or hate
Stale.
them. They're new.
Okay? I mean, it seems like I don't think they brought in anybody whose vibes are bad.
Not that we know of.
Surface level, at least. Who?
Watch Yoshi's just like the biggest clubhouse cancer in the world.
Yeah, I mean, what's Adam Duvall like? Anyone know? I don't know his.
Seems like a nice enough of a guy. I don't know.
I don't know.
Turner seems
I
cool.
probably wouldn't recognize him if he was walking down the street.
Turner is the vibe king. I will
He'd
keep
rather vibe with the guys than protect them. He'll vibe with them even if he has COVID.
That's right. He will.
We saw it happen, ourselves on national TV, folks. He'll do anything for the vibes.
Adam Duvall's Wikipedia page has literally nothing about him. So
he's a mystery. He's an enigma.
Oh, he cracked his vertebrae junior year of high school. If anybody,
Oh.
That's literally the only piece of information on him.
Do you think that helps his?
Must that be like foreshadowing? Like it just breaks his back on opening day.
2016 All-Star, Adam Duvall.
Oh, with the Reds?
Yes.
That was like his coming out party, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Great American Ballpark merchant, perhaps. Although he does have a lot of raw power. It's not. I know Great American's a huge hitter's park, but he's just a.
He slugged
he's a country strong guy.
567 in 2019.
He was a monster for a couple of years there. I mean, he had that one stretch in 21 with the Braves. Where
you think they're gonna bat him like fifth?
Well, let's go through it now. Yoshi.
Yeah, you want to do some batting order discourse? That's always fun.
Yoshi, Kike, Devers.
Yep.
I mean, when Story's healthy,
Turner.
Story probably slots in there. But for now, it's probably
Turner.
I mean,
Duvall.
I'd say it's probably It's probably going to be. I would go Turner, maybe Casas 5.
Not to start. They're not going to give him 5.
Ease him into that just to switch up, just to break up the righties and the lefties.
Well, no, just because he's played 15 games in the ML or whatever. but
Fair enough. Gets on base a ton. He'll get on base a good clip.
I know. That's
though.
the thing. I'd like him. I know.
Maybe for
it sucks
Jugo
because
5?
I think in a perfect world, like when he's established, Casas would be a really good 2. But you don't want to push Devers out of 2 either. So.
Are you of the belief that you want your best hitter
all
at
the
2?
lefties?
I have that belief. Yeah.
He's going to get enough opportunities with someone on first base, but still be towards the top of the order.
It's more at bats. It's more
That's
than
right.
3.
True. You want your good players to get at bats.
That's
preferably.
Fits it. That's really what it comes down to. That's really what the game's all about.
So you would bat Devers second after Yoshi.
Well, Cora said he's not going to do that, so I guess.
Yeah, he said he wants to split them up.
I'm saying that if you were Jake Cora, if you were the skipper.
Yeah, I probably would.
I understand that.
Okay, thanks.
I think maybe I'd still want to break up 1 and 2. Yoshi feels like a key, leadoff guy. He seems like a
Yoshi's
guy
the
who can be
key.
an on-base machine.
Yeah, I mean,
Kike,
you just gotta hope that he's. I keep saying it. Just gotta hope that he's right. You know, because
if he's not,
he looks great in that too. If he's healthy.
Yeah.
What about Verdugo? What's going on?
I see him at
he's
6 or
in
7.
the best shape of his life. We got our first drop today.
He did. He looked very svelte.
Best shape of his life tweet. That's when you know it's baseball season.
Cora said Verdugo was in the best shape of his life.
Which means he's not. That just so we're clear. Like whenever anyone said,
no, he looked pretty good. He might actually be in the best shape of his life.
Anytime you hear that during spring training, they're not in the best shape of their life. They're just saying that. That's just it's alphabet soup. It's word salad. Whenever that comes, that doesn't mean anything. When someone's in the best shape of their life, doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean it's really only been like 3 months. How much work could he have done?
Yeah. Well, he could have dieted or something.
It's a dog shit form.
I feel like guys,
weekend.
if they don't make the playoffs, like they're taking October off anyway.
I think it's kind of fucked up. They won't let Verdugo throw an inning in a real game.
Well, it's going to be even
Who needs
harder for him
Ohtani
now.
when you got him?
Yeah, now he's got no chance. I mean, they got to be getting slaughtered.
Oh yeah, big rule changes.
Or up by a lot.
Or up by a lot. I don't know why. I don't know when. I don't know. I've never even seen that. I don't think up by a lot, bringing in a position player. Right?
What's Pitt? I've seen that.
Yeah, off the top
really?
of my head, I can't think of it, but I'm sure.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
I
sure
can't name you a specific instance, but I feel like there's a good
Right.
enough, a fair amount of times where either someone's up big or down big to bring in a pitcher.
the 9th inning and it's 12-3, something like that.
So someone gives up an extra
You couldn't
run
do
so
that
they
now.
can bring in the.
You couldn't do that now, Lee.
does it
needs to
have to be? Does it have to be 10?
I think it's 10. Yeah,
I think you have to be down 8 or up 10.
that's correct.
Yeah, that's it.
So if you're down 12-3, you could do it.
Or in extra innings whenever you want.
High leverage 10th
Do
inning.
we
just
do
sort
we
of
like
do
that the do we like that the Ghost Runner is staying?
No.
Yeah. No. Embrace
No.
debate.
Ooh, split.
I like the 2 sicko games a year that go 19.
No, I
innings.
like
know
the
people
sick,
complain about.
but Fitz, that's what the playoffs are for, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. I understand it why it's enacted. I get it at the end of the day, but I don't know.
I think
in
I
this
like my
situation, I'm more of a
bullpen.
purist.
I think I like my bullpen not being decimated more than I like the sicko games. Is where I land.
Even if it comes back to bite the Red Sox more, with the runner on second right away. I mean, I guess it works for both teams.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
But
Yeah.
but even then, it's not like you're getting 18 inning games every night.
Exactly. Usually,
I looked at the numbers either yesterday or earlier today, and it was like, I mean, of all the games that went to extra innings, pretty much everything was over by the 12th, regardless.
I think if it goes past the 12th inning, then yeah, throw in.
then
the
that's
Ghost
when
Runner.
you can do it. Yeah, I mean, give them at least another inning or two of.
I just think
real
it's
baseball.
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
the only sport, and I'm surprised that it's still like this, but the only other sport that functions the same in the regular season and the playoffs is basketball. Hockey and football both are like, all right, we don't want to kill our guys if it's the regular season, and they have different things set up so that games don't go forever in, the middle of the season. And then when it gets to the playoffs, they say, okay, now we need a real winner, and we're going to play the way we normally play.
Which is good.
Yes, I think that's fine. I think it's fine for baseball, too. It's like, as long as the playoffs are stay true, then I don't really care what the extra innings. Put a guy on, load the bases. I don't care. Let's have fun at this. I mean,
You just want you just put now that there's going to be mobile gambling and now that there's in-person gambling, you just want to be able to place overs on extra inning games, live overs. Again, I get why they do it. I don't know. There's a part of me that's kind of I'm kind of pushing against it. Be like, just play regular baseball. But again, I understand why it's in there. I'm not going to throw up a huge fuss over it, but I'd rather it just play because again, it's not people who go up in arms like you suggested there, Liam. People who go up in arms like, oh, we don't want these 20 inning games. That only happens really once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon, yeah.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Exactly. Speaking of blue moon, that whole Coors Light, Miller Lite commercial for the Super Bowl actually being a blue moon commercial. I mean, we were all hoodwinked. I was ready to die on the battlefield.
I don't.
I
I straight up
You don't remember that one?
it. I don't. Was I in the restroom? Was I in the little boys' room?
I don't know, maybe. It wasn't that memorable, but it was like they
Well,
it
leading
was like
up to it, it was like a huge advertising campaign. It's like you vote for Coors Light or Miller Lite. In the back of my head, I'm like, it's owned by the same company.
oh, I didn't
It's
see
Miller-
that. Yeah, exactly.
So that was like a digital advertising push leading up to the game, and I was ready. I was like, all right, it's wartime now. Let's dunk on Coors Light because I can't stand Coors Light. I think it tastes disgusting, and I love Miller Lite. That's my go-to. So I was like, all right, this is a big moment for the brand right here. We got to get ready to fight for Miller Lite. And then they pull that switcheroo on us, be like, actually, it's our third beer that not as many people talk about, Blue Moon. I thought that was genius. I thought that was a really good move.
I don't know. It was giving Rise of Skywalker, all the fake outs.
I
They
think my
drink it.
favorite.
They
I
drink
think
now.
my favorite Super Bowl commercial moment, like not my favorite commercial, but I think it's
Ever
when they
for this year.
ever is when they killed the Bud Knight. They fucking killed him. Do you remember that?
Did they kill him during the Super Bowl?
They might have killed him during the AFC Championship, and then they revived him during the Super Bowl. I think now that I'm remembering, he was
Make
like
him like
brought
the
back
Mountain
to
in Game of
life
Thrones.
through magic and sorcery.
So literally like the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like Jon Snow, I think.
Ah, gotcha.
Never in a million years would I have scanned the QR code to go watch it, but the roast of Mr. Peanut, where he was like, "Oh wow, wish you guys had just killed me off again." That's insane.
I thought the only commercial that stuck with me and made me laugh was Binky Dad.
Binky Dad was good.
I like.
They call him Binky Dad.
Yeah, I like Binky Dad. Sue me.
You're a Binky Dad stan.
What else? Hey, bigger bases. That's pretty exciting.
Bigger
I
bases.
saw my timeline was full of
Yeah,
a small base
flooded
next
with
to a
the
large
bigger
base.
Well, the
or a
funniest
small
of the
base
group-
on top of a large base.
We may have to throw this into the baseball Twitter Hall of Fame already. Bob Nightingale saying, "Hey, here's the bigger base," and offering nothing of scale to compare it with. It just looked like a
He's
regular
just letting
base.
us know.
Yep,
letting
here
us
it
know.
is. Like,
I
thank
don't
you, Bob.
understand. I don't understand why they won't. I mean, this would only work for first base. But at first, why don't they just do the thing that's in Little League, like where there's
The
the
run-through base?
and then another? Yeah, it's so dumb.
I'm just trying
Well,
to
look,
think. I
you
guess that would
can't
make
think of a
sense,
good
right?
reason against it. I don't know why that's
Yeah.
nobody's. I don't get it.
I mean, you're in the right direction with that by making the base bigger. But I mean, if they're just good for the most part, if they're just going to be running through first base anyways, if you're trying to avoid like that Max Muncy situation where his elbow got all fucked up late in the year of
you wouldn't even be
21,
close.
right?
That's like another 2 feet. You'd separate the guys.
I can't think of a reason against
know.
that. Maybe there's something I'm just. Not
I gotta
thinking
talk.
of,
I gotta
but-
talk to Rob.
Yeah, get in his ear. You have his number.
Yeah.
Why haven't you gotten
Theo.
him on the show?
Who else is it? Theo's in there. Talk to him maybe.
Yeah, why haven't you gotten them onto the program yet? Why haven't you not flexed those muscles?
Jake's slacking.
I want Rob Manfred on the show so I could tell him to stub his toe and then I get suspended from Twitter again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for that. I wanted to see how long that silence was going to go.
What else do we have? I don't know. Slow week. I mean, tomorrow's when we really kick off here.
Yeah, I thought more would have come out of Cora and Bloom today.
Yeah,
And
not much. They were just
The Kike stuff, kind of, but
That and Yoshi Endeavors. Like that's really all they gave us.
we got the World
Thanks a lot,
Baseball
guys.
Classic rosters, which was fun.
When is
Oh,
the
we
actual
do. I'm
first
excited
game
for start.
of the WBC?
I think it starts March 8th.
March 8th,
Ooh,
yeah.
That's longer. That's farther away than I was hoping.
I mean, it's
Those aren't
really-
even like
It's a shortened
those
off
aren't even
season.
the East Coast games.
Listen, you just got to get to that. You got to get to March 8th. This is the worst sports time of the year, of the calendar year. This time after the Super Bowl and before March Madness. You just got to get to March 8th, get some baseball in there, some early morning baseball, make a cup of coffee. Then that leads right into March Madness that first weekend. And then when March Madness, like when all like the crazy
Wait, are the
games happen-
WBC games that they're?
Yeah, because
Some are gonna be
two
that
of the
early,
two
yeah.
of the pools are one's in Tokyo, the others
Oh, okay.
in Korea. So
Well, the Caribbean pool won't be bad. Those will probably be at regular
yeah, because
time, right?
then there's Miami and Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh,
You're going to the Miami ones, aren't you?
No, sadly,
I thought you were.
sadly,
No,
no, it's not
Wait,
happening.
Liam, I
partner.
thought you said you were happy.
no, he went back on it. He went back on it.
Yeah, it looked like it was gonna work, and then ticket prices were stupid. I should have.
How much are they? Out of curiosity.
So one of
Liam,
the
how much
games
do you
was like
make? Out of curiosity.
How much
Before
is my
taxes.
Before tax.
What's my credit score?
Yeah, what are the last four digits on that plastic card you have there in your wallet?
So there was a game like Saturday night in Miami. I think it's Puerto Rico and the DR, and like a single standing room ticket was still 140, 150.
Oof.
And this was
Be a good game though.
probably looked like 2 weeks ago, so I'm sure they're only going up. Because I know like all the games in Miami, at least the ones where the DR or like Puerto Rico are playing, like those are sold out.
Is Cuba
So-
playing in Miami?
Cuba.
No,
Wow.
I think they're in one of they're either Tokyo or Korea.
I was gonna say because if Cuba's playing in Miami, those tickets would go great because Miami's got a huge Cuban population, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am excited though. I'm excited that they're having the championship in Miami this year.
Yeah. People poo-pooing the World Baseball Classic. Shut up. Shut up. Enjoy something for once in your life. Would you rather be watching this or some random shit kickers Pirates Braves spring training game. This feels
Why
like
is it in March?
It coincides
I
with
just
spring
think
training.
I just think guys wouldn't do it if it was.
I feel like it should be like
during the
2
World
weeks.
Series.
It really should be like 2 weeks earlier.
Why? So we can have baseball right now?
No, but just so then guys aren't gone from spring training for like almost all of it.
I mean, if you want your guys to hit the ground running, there's not
I guess.
much better you could do.
I'm scared for my man Yoshi. He's gonna get like a week on U.S. soil, and then it's like, time for baseball. You're in the.
I like that
majors
though.
now,
I
pal.
Raise the stakes right away, man.
Are there any
Yeah.
different rules in Japan? I wonder.
I know the ball's a bit different. I think the stitches are higher up, basically. Like the stitches are thicker and they're more raised up on the ball, and I think the ball is more slick, so it's basically tougher to pitch in Japan. If I recall correctly, it's harder to. Actually, no. If the stitches are higher, maybe it's easier.
I thought it was easier.
I don't know. I know the ball's different. I don't know the exact details. Someone can correct me on that. That's fine. I know the ball is a bit different.
Well, yeah, I mean that's MLB. Rob's swapping the balls out left and right. So
exactly right. Yeah, the Japanese balls might be, in place by the All-Star break. Who's to say?
Exactly.
Over here in the States and in Canada, I gotta say,
smaller strike zone in Japan.
Oh, really?
There you go. What's the strike zone there?
The strike zone is narrower inside than away from the batter. And then,
interesting. Is there any difference in like distance from the pitcher's mound to home plate?
Higher mound, lower mound?
No, that's it really. Yeah, the ball's different. The strike zone's slightly different. You can tie after 12 innings. In Japan.
See, I almost would rather do that than
tie.
Play real baseball for 12 innings if it goes.
I would never go over with fans.
No, it would never.
Throw a big stinker in their pants.
As a soccer guy, I'm like, that's no big deal.
you just need to get a result here. That's 1 point there for the Sox.
Everybody shares a point.
Speaking of soccer, Liam, I am very rapidly getting into diarrhea mode with Arsenal.
Are you starting to worry? Starting to sweat?
I am sweating. I know how this fucking movie ends.
Trust me, I've seen it before too.
I'm so nervous for this game. If they lose this game against City at the Emirates at home, I'm not gonna say it's full on panic mode.
You're gonna say it's over
because we still have the game in hand against them. But sure. Man, I am gonna be.
What's the gap right now?
We're up 3 points. I think they have us on 6 by goal differential, but we have a game in hand. But we're up 3 points, and then I think United is 5 points back.
I didn't realize United were that close.
United's been hot. United has been real hot recently. I mean, they lost to Arsenal a couple weeks ago, but Jake, your thoughts on the Premier League? You're happy to see what, Liam?
I was just happy to see Liverpool win one yesterday. You know,
beating Everton, something that Arsenal can't fucking do. Apparently,
hey, I brought
the first one of the year.
I brought the pod some followers with that viral tweet.
Yeah, growth.
Yeah, some real growth.
So that's always good.
Yeah, and if I repeatedly punch myself in the stomach after Arsenal loses this game to City tomorrow, if I stream that on the podcast account, maybe we'll get some followers through that. Hey, come watch Fitz shriek in misery for 5 hours.
Self-incinerate. That'd be cool.
That'd be sick as hell.
Is that what it's called when you let yourself incinerate, right?
No, it's like immolate, right? It's like self-immolation. I think that's it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but
like the Rage Against the Machine album cover.
Self-immolation.
Is that like the monk where he's on fire?
Yeah, that's the monk, but I don't think that has to be you lighting yourself on fire.
Well, that's what the monk did.
No, I know, but the self-immolation broadly refers to acts of altruistic suicide. Otherwise, the giving up of one's body in an act of sacrifice. However, it most often refers specifically to auto-cremation, the act of sacrificing oneself on fire and burning to death.
I gotta say,
it doesn't have to, though.
But it's to be considered self-immolation, it has to be like for a noble cause.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
I gotta say, people were going nuts about the Dominican Republic's roster, and it's crazy good, to be fair. Like, their lineup from top to bottom is stacked. U.S. has a pretty damn good roster, too, lineup.
I love the U.S.'s lineup, especially if you go back to like 2017, they had a good friend Eric Hosmer and Goldschmidt, and Jim Leland, for whatever reason, continued to play Hosmer over Goldschmidt, and thankfully, Mark DeRosa will not have that problem, and I expect Goldschmidt to be 3 or 4 like every day. So, yeah, that lineup's nasty.
I think La República Dominicana has a better pitching staff for the tournament. I mean,
100%.
With Chris, I mean, you got the Cy Young Award winner Sandy Alcantara, and then Christian Javier, I think he made the team.
Yeah.
I mean, that one too, when it's probably just going to be a shortened rotation anyway. It's not like you have a 5-man rotation for a tournament like this. I think their pitching staff is better. You could argue that the U.S. Positional players are better. I mean, you go around the lineup. Gary Sanchez is not as good of a player as JT Realmuto. He's just not. Vlad versus Paul Goldschmidt. I mean, Goldschmidt had an amazing year last year. Vlad's obviously uber talented. You could kind of call that a draw.
Yeah.
Yep. Ketel Marte is not the same player he once was. Maybe he bounces back this year, but Jeff McNeil just won the batting title. I'd go USA there. I'd probably go Machado over Arenado. Arenado's probably the better fielder, but Machado's not a slouch defensively, obviously. And then Machado is an MVP finalist. I'd say Machado's probably the better third baseman. The point is, you go around the diamond, there's some dogs on both sides. So if it's those two at the end, I don't know if that's how the bracket would line up. But if it's those two in the final, we'd be in for a fucking treat. Don't sleep on Japan either. There's legit like 6 teams that could win this tournament, I think.
I got my dark horse is Venezuela.
I would say
their roster is always good, but they underperform. But I'm going to keep picking them, because why not?
Well, Acuna's playing now, right?
Yeah. Acuna.
Yeah, no, he was out at first, but then he got permission from the Braves to play.
Yeah, I like the roster.
So again, people poo-pooing this tournament. I mean, again, you're gonna a lot of solid teams in there. It's gonna be fun. It's baseball with some stakes in there. It's gonna be fascinating. At least you're gonna see guys who usually don't play together play together. It's gonna be fun. I hope no one gets hurt during it. That would suck if a huge star like if Trout got hurt. Obviously, if Devers got hurt during the tournament, that would suck. But
how awful is it that Trout getting hurt probably wouldn't change anything at all as far as like
for the Angels?
Like standings wise, it'd be like, oh, all right.
There you go. Okay.
Like, at least they won't be subject to tungsten arm O'Doyle tweets throughout the year.
Like, he's got to be the best player ever. I mean, well, he actually literally. There was gonna be a second part to that, but he is probably the best player ever. But or one of Fitz. Don't make it a thing.
I will make it a thing.
All I was saying is, it's just funny that if he didn't play this season, his team's outlook would like.
Yeah, the aspirations don't really get altered.
Yeah, it's like
better draft pick. So maybe if you're an Angels fan, you don't want him to get hurt, but if he does get hurt, you could kind of be like, oh, well, instead of picking 12th in the draft this year, we'll pick 5th or something like that.
Lighting yourself. I was just reading about self-immolation while you guys were talking. And then at the bottom of the page, there's that little thing where you can read more.
See,
and
also.
Yeah, and there's all these. There's this part. One of it is suicide types, and there's like a ton, and they all have names. Like,
oh god.
No, well, a lot of them are like Eastern ritual kind of things, but it's funny because they all have names like seppuku or whatever, kamikaze, and then it's one of the like you keep reading it just says jumping from height. That's the name.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, that deserves.
That'll get the job done. So
you guys ever read about that guy that lives near a cliff and like where people would go to kill themselves, and he's saved like 1,000 people's lives or something? You ever read about that guy?
I have not. That's a good guy. Shout out to that guy.
Let's give him a shout out. Hold on.
Give him a shout. Yeah, give him his flowers. Give this guy his flowers.
He's likely listening anyway, so
he knows who he is.
Guy who lives. Don Ritchie. That's his name.
Earthquake at the Fennessy residence.
All right. Well, I overshot the amount of people he saved. But
What's it like 7?
No. It's like close to 500. They say.
Well, it was like, what? Only 7 people
Oh,
were
no.
saved.
No.
What, did he die?
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh.
Somebody take him with him?
You know what? He was awesome.
I was gonna say it seems like he did not jump off the cliff. I think he just died of. He was 86.
Oh.
Oh, it was
What's his
in
name?
Wales. It was in Wales.
He was well.
South
Don
Wa-
Ritchie
New
was his name?
South Wales.
No,
Wales.
New South Wales is in Australia, I think.
I think.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, Fitz is right there.
You
guys ever watched Aussie Rules football?
No, he received the Order of Australia for his work for his.
Is that like the Medal of Honor?
Yeah, here I'm just gonna give you guys.
Maybe it's like the Medal of Freedom.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read you his Wikipedia page short. Donald Taylor Ritchie was an Australian who intervened in many suicide attempts. Ritchie went to Vaucluse Public School and attended Scots College. He enlisted into the Royal Australian Navy on the 30th of June 1944 as a seaman during World War II aboard HMAS Hobart, and witnessed the unconditional surrender of the Japanese Imperial forces in Tokyo Bay on September 2nd, 1945, and officially ending World War II in the Pacific.
This guy's he's lived 1,000 lives. Listen to this
Yes,
guy.
after the war, he was a life insurance salesman. Officially, he rescued 180 people from suicide as of 2009 over a 45-year period, although his family claims the number is closer to 500. Ritchie resided next to The Gap, a location in Sydney known for multiple suicide attempts. Upon seeing someone on the cliff in distress, Ritchie would cross the road from his property and engage them in conversation, often beginning with the words, "Can I help you in some way?" Afterwards, Ritchie would invite them back to his home for a cup of tea and a chat. Some of the people he helped would return years later to thank him for his efforts in talking them out of their decision. Ritchie explained his intervention in the attempts by saying, "You can't just sit there and watch them."
What a great guy.
Yeah, that's Don Ritchie.
That's heartwarming. That's wholesome.
Shout out to Don.
A real hero among us.
Don
I don't
Ritchie.
even have a riff for this. You know what I mean?
Come on the pod.
That's fantastic.
Well, if he was alive, come on the pod, Don Ritchie.
Honorary guest. Like they give like honorary citizenship to some countries. You know what I mean? Like an honorary doctorate at a school.
Yeah, he's got 3 daughters. We could see what they're up to.
Yeah,
sure.
We could turn them into Red Sox fans.
Jan, Donna, and Sue are his daughters.
Yeah. Shout out to Don.
God, that's got to weigh on you, huh?
What, saving all those
see
lives?
that so often?
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to say that you would do the same thing. I don't know if everyone would be able to, you know what I mean?
Would be as successful.
Hopefully people would try, you know what I mean, to step in. Hopefully
it'd be brutal. It'd be tough if he failed. Like somebody was like, no. And then they just jumped. I hope not. I feel like that
the amount of people he saw.
I know. That's kind of crazy. I mean, how many... You'd think
the chances are he probably did.
You'd think the city of Sydney would maybe do something about this location. That's a crazy amount of people going to that place.
Block it off or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Almost 500 people. That's like
what were his taxes
fucking
going to?
fence up or something.
The mayor Sydney's like, that's the gap.
Yeah, that's Don will handle it. Don will handle it.
There's nothing we could do except throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Shrimp on the barbie.
Fitz doing an Australian Trump.
And they call it the Gap, folks, don't they? Well, Australian Trump is just Nick Adams. They're making the M&Ms feminists.
Wait,
they're
Nick
making
Adams?
woke M&Ms.
Nick Adams, the Twitter guy?
Yeah, he's from Australia, dude.
What?
Really,
you didn't know that?
But his name is Nick Adams in USA.
Well, he's in the USA now, yes, but he's
oh my god,
I
never heard his voice.
There's this concept, Jake. I don't know if it's called immigration. Sometimes
do you think we could get like somebody like that on here?
So
like
here's the thing.
As a joke,
I think genuinely there's a non-zero chance we could get Nick Adams on the show. But here's the thing with Nick Adams. Everyone like his like Kirk Cousins like bit is very funny. Like it's like like he's
I don't think he's as funny as people think.
But he'll tweet something like funny, like, "Oh my god, they're making the feminist M&Ms," like that's funny, and then 2 seconds later he's like, "I don't think trans people deserve rights," and it's like, okay, dude, like that's like
Yeah,
you ruined it. You're actually a piece of shit now. Like, it was funny when you were kind of doing like riffing about fucking Kirk Cousins and shit like that, but then when you say that, like, like you recite like the 14 words or something like that, that's not fun. That's not fun. That's when you ruin it there, Nick Adams.
I can't believe he's Australian.
Yeah, originally, I think he's, I think he may have dual citizenship. I'm not sure.
If you guys could have dual citizenship with one other country, what would it be?
Ireland.
Yeah, same. My dad's got dual citizenship.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that? Was he born there?
Well, is his mom or dad originally from Ireland?
No, so it's his grandfather.
Okay, so it's same deal. I think my grandfather, he passed a couple years ago. He was from
God rest his soul.
Yep, exactly.
Is that Grandpa Fitz? Is that the dad?
Yes.
Grandpa Fitz.
My dad's dad. Yes. He was from County Mayo. I think while he was still alive, and maybe even now I could still apply for it. I think I could get Irish citizenship technically. I don't know the specific rules of that.
Have you guys been? Have you guys been to?
No, and I'm
Soph and I are talking about it. We might take a trip.
Really?
Boston flies direct.
Yes, Aer Lingus. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You
love Aer Lingus.
Right
when my family they did it twice. Like everyone would.
Is it chill to go over to Northern? Like, is it still hot like that, or can you freely travel?
I'm sure you can freely travel. I mean, it's not like the troubles are currently ongoing.
Yeah, it's not like
it's like a car bomb.
Oh, I know. I know. I just mean, like, what's the vibe?
Check your car.
What's the vibe?
I think it's gotten better. I don't think it's amazing.
Like if I'm talking to a guy in Belfast, and I'm like, yeah, I just came from Dublin. Is he gonna be like, whoa, like?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think it's
anymore.
I think it's kind of cooled off a bit over the years after the Good Friday Agreement. I don't think it's like they're completely buddy 100%. But I think maybe I'm naive. I hope there's a united Ireland Irish.
I think one day. I think we're getting there.
I sure hope
2024, right?
Star Trek, right?
That's the Star Trek bit.
Yeah. But like
I
remember reading, like, to bring it back to soccer. I mean, you talk in Scotland. I know this is Scottish, but it relates to Ulster nationalism and Irish republicanism. The big soccer rivalry there is Celtic and Rangers. Rangers is more Ulster's
the old firm.
The old firm, yes. And then Celtic is very high. I mean, Celtic, it's more Irish. I think people from
Catholics
Ireland,
versus Protestants.
Scotland. Yeah, and that's in Glasgow, and that was a huge, really bad blood between the clubs and its supporters for years. I think that's kind of chilled over the last however many years. I think there's been more assimilation between the two groups, and it's not as headbutting nowadays. Maybe it's just complete disdain for the British Crown. Maybe that's what it is nowadays. But yeah, especially ever since Lizzie passed. I mean, I don't know how much longer that holds up. Hopefully there is an Irish unification now. But to answer your question, no, I have not been to the old country. I want to go really bad, but
I forgot
that's
where
we started. Yeah.
Yeah. That's our little Irish talk. My dad's been however many times. But I know, I feel like every year my family kicks it around like, oh, we should go to Ireland. We never do. Tough to do it this year because I'm getting hitched, but next year maybe we may take a look at it. So
I got a message, and me and my cousins have a big group chat. They're trying to plan something for 2027, like a 2-week trip over there. So it's a little far off, but hey, put it on your calendar.
I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, that's 4 years. I mean,
really
sneak up on you.
Flip the calendar.
Can you even book shit 4 years in advance?
Probably
you
not.
should go like a year.
You're just putting it on our radar.
You're changed.
Like
exactly. Save up your dimes and nickels. Exactly. Where's what part of Ireland is your family mainly from, Liam?
County Cork.
County Cork.
I think that's right.
Cork. I've got a friend named Cork.
Sure do.
Congrats, Cork!
Sure. He's a Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl champion.
That's right.
My friend. He does video for the Chiefs, and he even got to kiss the Lombardi and everything.
in the middle of a pandemic, too. Wow. Come on, Cork.
Classless by Cork.
Just kidding. Shout out to Cork. And shout out to you for listening.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, next week will be fun. We'll have a lot more to talk about.
Hopefully.
Oh, one more thing on Ireland. I looked up their national baseball team recently. The night the World Baseball Classic rosters came out.
Could we qualify? Could we be on the team, Liam? You and I?
I mean, I would imagine they'd take us, considering Israel is all just
Jews,
American
just Jewish
born
players,
Jewish.
yeah.
yeah. So, but
We're
no,
talking about
50
Team Israel, Sophie. I was not being offensive.
But Ireland, number 51 in the world, baby. So we're coming.
51.
51.
How many teams are there? 50?
51. Yeah, I was gonna say there are 51.
I would let me pull up the rankings.
Yeah, let's see. Can we get a Team Ireland roster?
I don't know if I can pull the roster, but I can pull the world rankings.
Who's even like an American Irish? I'm trying to think.
Andrew McCutcheon.
That's right.
Yeah, right. Oh,
He's from County Galway. Andrew McCutcheon. Good man, mighty good man.
So we are 51 out of 81.
That's not. I would have said we
I'll
were like
take it.
75.
Ranked 81st is, I believe that's Estonia. Didn't know they had a team.
you guys are not. You're not gonna believe the first one listed on here.
For Irish American baseball
Irish
player?
American baseball players. You ready? Derek
Who?
Jeter. Apparently, his great grandparents hailed from Cork and Clare.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Very
Oh, Wade
large.
Boggs.
Lights him up, Pete.
Wade Boggs was a little Jewish. Jacob deGrom had some Irish in him. Nolan Ryan had some Irish in
We're
him.
kind of stacked.
Well, these are like, you have to go back. All of these are like their great grandparents.
My great grand.
Dirty, rotten, no good, pig stealing great grandfather.
This lady was
I'm
huge.
tired of digging, Grandpa.
You're damn bad. Team Ireland, man. We kind of have some juice.
Well,
Oh,
Bahamas. The Bahamas are a big jumper. One of the top climbers on the list. They've moved up 16 spots this year. They're at 64.
With Jazz there too. Bahamas is a British island, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so that's why he's playing for Great Britain.
Mm.
Which
You guys ever been?
Bahamas?
I have been.
Yeah.
Oh, the
No, the only
Bahamas or
times
Great
I've been,
Britain?
only times I've been out of the country, I've been to Aruba, I've been to Bermuda.
Both.
How's
I've never
Bermuda?
been to Aruba, but Bermuda's lovely.
Bermuda was awesome.
Yeah.
Pink
It's real
beaches
tiny,
there,
isn't
pink
it?
sand beaches. What's that?
It's real tiny, isn't it?
It's pretty
Yes.
small,
Yeah.
but very, very, very nice spot. I love Aruba's fantastic too.
Yeah, the Xanderland.
That's right.
That's right.
And,
He's a knight.
And Cindy Ponson as well.
I don't know.
Is he really?
Who's
Cindy Ponson's from Aruba. You don't remember Cindy Ponson, Jake?
I don't know who that is.
Pitch for the Orioles,
What year would that be?
Orioles legend.
like
No,
2005 or so.
the
Mid-2000s.
mid-aughts.
Yep.
No, sorry, nothing.
Oh well, he existed.
Okay, I don't doubt that.
I think he's still. I don't think he died. He still exists.
Okay. Well, you still exist after you die.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's actually debatable. Now that I'm saying that.
Well, you exist in people's minds.
Yeah.
Oh dear, the Irish national team has dropped 10 spots this year.
Well, what happened?
61 now. 61.
No, they're still 51, but apparently.
So we were 41.
Oh gosh, wow.
That's what it looks like if I'm reading this right. And
Kind of nice.
if you get to like the mid to late 30s, like these are teams that were in the qualifiers, like New Zealand, Croatia, Argentina, Russia, South Africa, Pakistan. 2027.
We should be
come.
the general managers of Team Ireland. We should get for the World Baseball Classic 2027. Would that be the next one? 4 years from now, or is it 3 years? However they do the cycle.
As long as there's not another pandemic.
Hey, knock on wood.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I don't want to jinx it. I think we could get them in.
I think so.
We pay them for the table. We'll get some dirty money.
The logo
and
goes
we'll-
pretty hard. It's a harp and there's like a baseball going through it. It's
That's
goes
cool
pretty
as hell.
hard. Yeah. So
The harp string should be made out of baseball stitches.
ooh.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
fits.
we can work
Or
with them on that.
bats. It could be bats.
Ooh,
It's gonna be too thick at the end. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna.
All right.
I mean, the
I'm getting
harp
off.
itself
All right,
you
I'm
can make
getting
out
off.
of bats.
Yeah, I was gonna say the harp. Yeah, the wooden parts of the harp. We're cooking with gas here.
I think we're on it. They should hire
Maybe
us.
that will be a team build for mine in MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty this year. Team Ireland, and I just get all like the 99 overall Irish. Again, Andrew
Irish
McCutcheon
Americans.
would count. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Nolan Ryan, like they're bringing in Jeter this year. So there's your shortstop.
There you go. You're
Again,
set.
even though Barry Larkin's the better player. All right, is that all we got this week?
Yeah, that's all I got.
That's
I'm
all
home.
I got.
Well, again, for Liam, for Jake, for myself, you've been you. Thanks for listening to this episode of Pod on Lansdowne. We will talk to you next week with our full manifesto.
I think we'll have more baseball talk next week. I really do.
But again, pretty 70 minutes. For
I mean, the
not much
games
baseball
start
talk.
next week, right?
No. Do they?
Don't think that's true.
No.
Maybe the college ones.
Those are Mickey Mouse games.
Those always kick it off.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Go
let me-
Sox.
Well, anyway.
Hold the
anyway,
phone.
go
Hold the
Sox.
phone.
No,
Sox
we're done.
And
24th is 24th.
Oh, wait.
Is the Huskies.
24th? Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no.
Go Sox, obey your
Sorry.
mother.
Okay, bye. Obey your mother.